We continue with this week's hidden verse found here, Romans 12, verse 1, and it says, "Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." Last time we talked about the motivation that Paul gives here behind your worship is as we contemplate God's incredible riches in his mercy and grace and love for us. But the second part of this is a challenge to how we're supposed to respond to that. And it's that we're supposed to live and to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. Jesus, when he was talking to the disciples, he challenged them and he said, anyone who's going to come after me, anyone who's going to follow me, who's going to be one of my disciples, they have to deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. Paul kind of carries that same thing in this verse. He's saying that we have to offer our lives, every aspect of where we've got to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. In other words, we're dead to ourselves, but we're alive to Christ. We're dead to our own wants and our own desires and our own nature and to the things that we've pursued. And we're going to say, God, I'm going to live my life as a living sacrifice, meant to be holy and pleasing to you. And it's interesting because he ends that verse by saying, this is your true and proper worship. Worship's been stolen, and we think that it's just this thing that we do on Sunday mornings where we show up and we read the words on the screen and we sing along with all the other people that are there with us. But that is not. Your life and how you live is worship to God. And that's what Paul's saying here. Your life, by being a living sacrifice, offering up every part of you, is a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing. In other words, you're allowing Jesus to live through you. This is true and proper worship. This is how we give thanks to God. This is how we show that our heart has come alive to him. This is how we bring him honor and glory and praise, not just by what we sing, but by also what we do, by living out the truths that we know to be true in our life. And so as we read this and we memorize Romans 12:1, which is a great verse to memorize, we remember that Paul is challenging us, hey, remember God's mercy. Remember everything he's done for you. And because of that, live your life in response. Show your love by offering every aspect of who you are to Jesus. And God, I want you to have every part of me. Everything. There's nothing that's kept from you. You have every single aspect of me. God, live through me. And that when we do that and when we live those kinds of lives, our life itself is an offering of worship to God. Take care. Hope you have an incredible week.